Hello everyone, my name is Jeffrey Guarneri and I'm the coordinator for the History Lab for academic year 2021 to 2022. This brief video will tell you everything about what we do at the History Lab, how we can help you with your history assignments, and how to find us as well as how to make appointments with our lab TAs. The overall mission of the History Lab is to help you with projects for any history or history of science, medicine, and technology course that you are currently enrolled in. So if you are in a class that falls under either of these categories, you are eligible to come to us for help with work in that class. Now, the ways in which we help you take the form of 40-minute individualized advising sessions between you and one of our TAs, each of whom is an expert PhD student. While each of these TAs has their own areas of expertise, they are ready, willing, and able to help you regardless of the geographic or temporal scope and topic of your course. As a general rule, advising sessions are offered by appointment, which you make through the Starfish calendar system accessed via your my.wisc.edu profile. Drop-ins are occasionally available when there are appointments that have not yet been filled, but by and large, we would suggest that you make an appointment ahead of time to ensure that you get the advising that you need. In terms of format, these sessions are offered in both in-person and virtual formats, depending on your individual needs as well as the availability of your TA. Please note that some of our TAs are working purely remotely this semester and are only able to do virtual appointments. The motto of the History Lab is any project, any stage, and we stand by that, regardless of where you are in your work, be it the formative stages where you're struggling to articulate your ideas, to the final stages where you just need that little bit of help to get over the finish line. We are there for you, and we are there to help you with your projects. These can take anything from the form of weekly responses and primary source analysis papers to take-home exams, research papers, and more. This year, we are also expanding our advising to more explicitly address the new and emerging fields of digital history and other forms of non-traditional history assignments, such as podcasts, blogs, and wikis, as well as interactive maps, video essays, and more. So regardless of whether it's a traditional academic essay or a project that makes use of digital technologies to tell stories about the past, we are here to help you. Different students in different classes at different stages of their work require different forms of help. And thus we at the History Lab are prepared to help you regardless of the stage you are currently at in your work. Sometimes you're having trouble brainstorming a response to a prompt that you have in class. Sometimes you don't really know how to outline your argument and really get going on your rough drafts. Sometimes you might be having issues with analyzing and organizing your primary and secondary sources and making sure that they're in dialogue with one another. There's that ever-present and always difficult task of crafting a compelling thesis statement, or even just revising your partial or completed drafts, which can take quite a bit of time and can be a bit bewildering if you're trying to do it on your own. Also, if you're doing work with digital history, it can sometimes be tricky to balance flash and substance and to make sure that you have good historical argumentation and evidence to go along with the flashier aspects of whatever media you are using. Regardless of which of these issues you are facing in your work and whatever you're struggling with in your classes, we at the History Lab are prepared to meet you where you are and to ensure that we get you from there to where you need to go. So don't feel as though you need to have something fully formulated before you can come to us. We are delighted to work with you regardless of what your individual needs are. Now, before we get to scheduling information on our next slide, we have a few bits of advice that we want you to bear in mind as you both prepare for your appointment and figure out when you need help with your work. In terms of scheduling advising sessions, be sure to make an appointment ahead of time. It can be difficult to find appointments if you are very close to the deadline, and frankly speaking, it's better for us to help you a little bit farther out from the deadline than just the night before. The more time you have to implement the changes that we suggest, the more successful you will be in your assignments. We also recommend coming more than once. There's a limit of 1 visit per student per week, but you can come every week if you would like, pending availability of TAs. So if you would like to work on the same project over multiple sessions with us, or if you are balancing several different classes and assignments and want to have an individual meeting for each assignment, feel free to book up to 1 appointment with us per week. In terms of preparing for your appointment, there are some very simple things that you can do that will make your individual appointments all the more effective. The first of which is sending your drafts and prompts ahead of time, as well as rereading both the draft and the assignment descriptions before meeting with us. That way we don't have to spend any time during your meeting going over your draft and eating into that 40 minutes that we could otherwise be using to help you directly with your work. Secondly, come ready to receive and implement feedback. At the History Lab, we don't do your work for you, but we help you to learn how to do that work and how to do it better. So when you come into the History Lab, be it in person or virtually, come with an open mind and be prepared to implement changes to your work that you might not have anticipated, but are nevertheless going to be a good way to improve the quality of that work. Finally, check out our writing and reference guides available on the History Lab site, which I will introduce to you in the following slide. These guides cover a wide array of topics and different constituent parts of producing a good work of historical research, be that crafting a thesis statement or an introductory and concluding paragraph, and even how to cite your sources. Now, currently our guides are overwhelmingly about the writing process, and our digital history advising guides are not quite ready just yet, but they will be rolled out over the course of this academic year as we complete them. So be sure to check back periodically for new advising guides as they're made available. Now that you know all about the services we offer at the lab, let's talk a little bit about how you find us, how you make an appointment with us, and when you're able to meet with the lab TAs. Our office is at 4255 Humanities Building. That is the Mossy Humanities Building on the corner of Campus Drive and Park. You can also go to our site at go.wisc.edu/HLab. From there, you can make your appointments via the Starfish calendar system, or consult all of the writing guides that I mentioned on the previous slide. You're also able to contact us via email at thehistorylab@history.wisc.edu. Our hours for the fall semester 2021 are Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We also offer extended evening hours on Monday from 6 to 9 p.m. Those extended hours are only by virtual appointment, whereas the 9 to 5 hours Monday through Thursday are available in a mix of in-person and virtual appointments, as I mentioned previously, depending upon the availability of your TA. When you make your appointment, be sure to confirm the format so that you do not end up showing up at the History Lab if it's a virtual appointment, or conversely, waiting online in a Zoom room when your appointment is actually for an in-person session. Now you have all of the information you need to make use of the wonderful resources here at the History Lab. Whether you are someone who has already been to the lab multiple times or if this is your first time, we look forward to seeing you there and helping you with your work. Until then, best of luck with your coursework, and we hope to see you soon.